Yeah, highlight. Don't forget the real though. Yeah, I bet you won't turn me up. What's that you bumping? It ain't vibing hard enough. Hey, no. Check my playlist, guaranteed you ain't hit top. From the indies to the mainstream, bringing other stuff. Music talks from Dwanye and Janean. Run it up. Run it. Pass that ox. Pass that ox. Hey. Bobbing through you. Back on the scene, Dwanye and Janean. I'm bringing the facts, they know what I mean. Music comparisons, yeah, it's embarrassing. Up in the Ford, I feel like I'm Harrison. Back on the fast track. Mighty and morphing my name.
Ooh, boy. Oh my goodness. It feels like a minute since I heard that thing. Y'all, what's good? What's up?
Yes, sir.
Man.
Yes, sir.
Oh, we got the crew back in the building, y'all. Welcome to yet another episode of the greatest audio podcast of all, musical podcast. I'm talking about none other than your favorite, Pass the What's happening, man? It's your boy, your neighborhood resident mediator / host, your boy Dwanye in the building, joined by my two favorite peoples, y'all. We in the building, ladies first, as you know how we do this. Hey, y'all know what it is. Get ready to say it with me. It is the one and only Miss Queen of Clatchet, Miss Bougie Duggan, and your boy's true favorite cousin. I'm talking about none other than Janean. What's happening?
Best intros every single show.
Thank you.
Every time. Good evening, sir.
Yes, that's what we do. That's what we do right here. And of course,
wait, is that an adult Capri Sun?
It is adult Capri Sun.
It is an adult Capri Sun, and if you're in the Atlanta area, I'm just gonna plug this real quick. You too can get an adult Capri Sun.
Nina's adult Capri Suns. Book them now.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Book them now. And speaking of shameless plugs, hey, you already know what time it is. We talking about the OTS media creator himself, none other than the hardest working man in show business. And I'm talking about the man with many plans. And of course, don't forget my favorite title, The Critique of Moi Artiste. Ladies and gentlemen, none other than the most honest and in your face person. I'm talking about none other than Derrick.
What's going on?
Oh, not much. Y'all, it's been a while, man. It's glad to have the crew back. You know what I mean? Man, everybody talking about schedules, man. Y'all just don't understand your life, man. Life is a trip these days, but we making it work, y'all. We're making it work, and we came through. We came through. We back. We missed y'all just as much as y'all missed us. You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
And we put the emphasis on us.
Look,
we missed y'all.
The last time we were on here, the Atlanta sports had such a big curse on it.
I know, right?
The winners of the World Series now. You see how things can turn?
Yeah.
Atlanta's a winner now. Wow. Go figure.
Yeah, I just need the Dream to do something.
You know,
I want them to do something. I want them to do something before the Falcons.
The Dream, the artist, or no? We're talking about.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
The other Dream. He's talking
the other Dream. Gotcha.
The lady-led Dream. There we go. Yeah.
WNBA. Yeah. I want them to do something for the Falcons. So let's go.
You know, it's bound to happen. I mean, at this point, it's every Atlanta team outside of the Falcons. Sorry, not sorry, but it's cool. It's all right. One of these days. Nonetheless, y'all, we here, y'all.
Yes,
and we loving it, man. We loving it. So y'all know how we do, man. It's been a little minute since we boy did this, but oh, y'all know how we like to kick the show off, man. We always do something that way. We know how to do it. So y'all know what time it is. It's that time of the show where your boy asks, what's been in your ears?
All right. So what's been in my ears? I've been listening to a lot of Travis Porter. I don't know if we talked about this the last time that we recorded, but they dropped an album recently, Travis Estates Back on Bullshit. And it's super nostalgic because it takes me back to my Georgia Southern days, my too turned up right now, turns and I can't come down. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But it doesn't sound like dated. It doesn't sound like any of their old things. Like it's definitely Travis, but it's new. It's updated. It's like revamped, and I like it. I like it a lot. I don't know if we want to talk about this now, but I've been listening to Silk Sonic, of course, like duh.
Yeah.
Of course, of course. I think universally, we all three can say that's been in our
we
ears
can
for
talk
sure.
Yeah.
But it definitely, like, I think it's nice for this time. Like, it is getting cold. A lot of people's dealing. I don't know if a lot of people are, but I just associate like cold weather with like heartbreaks. And it's something about 70s funky music. I just see big glasses,
Mm-hmm.
uh like a button down shirt with a huge collar,
Mm-hmm.
corduroy flare pants, right?
Yeah.
And like a glass of something dark, whether it's brandy, whiskey, yak, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like I have to get this on vinyl and
Yes.
make that happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
I dig
Yeah.
that.
Let me know if you find it on vinyl because I need that too.
That's probably wishful thinking at this point in time. But hey, the fucking Braves won the World Series. So
anything's possible.
I can find it on vinyl. Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I dig it. I dig it, cuzzo. Like, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Now you're gonna have us on the search trying to find Silk Sonic on vinyl.
Oh, for sure.
What are your favorite songs off of the project?
I don't know all of them by name yet.
Smoking Out the Window is just...
That's one of the better ones.
Like the way Breno came in on the hook, like, oh, somebody hurt you, but I feel it.
Yeah.
And then Put On a Smile is like a close second.
That's one of my favorite ones too.
But, you know, as I listen to albums over and over again, I find new favorites depending on what my mood is. So,
yeah.
Okay.
What about you, Dwanye?
I mean, the whole album good to me, man. I mean, that's just that nature always just takes me back to, you know, I got an old school pops, man. So just off the top, hearing that just be, oh yeah, just straight up top to bottom. I'm just like, oh man. Fly Is Me, man. That's my theme for the rest of the year. I'm like, Fly Is Me, baby. I'm like, what? Anderson .Paak, my boy, said what? To let him know what's up. You know, I was just like, man, hey, and you know good and well, he was playing them drums, singing that with straight up heart when he said that. I said, oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Break that down, boy. He bringing that word all the way back to anybody that never stopped saying it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, oh, okay. Yeah. FLY. I had to spell it to you, baby. 777 777 is pretty dope. Let me see. I mean, everybody knows about the obvious, you know, like like you said, Smoking Out the Window. I mean, at this point, y'all tired of probably hearing leave the door open, but you know it's still bang when you hear
until the album came out.
Till the album came out, right?
Like,
you just hear it, you like, yeah.
I wasn't tired of it.
I will say that I didn't like Skate for not to say that I didn't like Skate, but I wasn't playing it. But when I listened to it with the whole album, I was like, okay, I want to go skating.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. This whole album's like in my skate playlist because that's just right off the alley. It just literally, I got a whole playlist dedicated to strict skating music because there's just a certain style of music that you have to have when you actually skate. And unless you're in the hood skating rinks, and then you can just pump like, you know, anything for the most part, but
unless you're like Cascade.
Yeah. If you had Cascade, it's a whole different story. But true skaters got a certain sound. Hey man,
I mean, teach you, I could glide. You know what I mean? Like
I don't even know if I can glide right now.
Skating is hard, bro. Like I think you go out there and you're over ambitious because you're like, oh, I used to skate all the time as a kid, but you haven't skated in over a decade. And then you get out there and realize you're not as coordinated as you thought you would.
It just takes a while. Sometimes you got to get used to it. Like once you get, first off, you got to get used to the regular carpet. And then when you get used to the carpet, then you're thinking, okay, maybe I can step on the hardwood. Then you step on hardwood, you realize it's a lot more slick. Then you're like, oh, you know, you just can't think about it. And a lot of times if you do, you're going to probably fall if you're thinking about it. If you're like, oh, I'm not going to fall. And then you like, that slight slip, you're like, oh, you know, but when you get used to it and you're not thinking, next thing you know, you're gliding and you don't even realize it. It's just like, whoa, okay, I like this.
Yeah, that's on my bucket list.
Anybody into doing anything like
yeah.
Hey man,
you know, can take over the world, bro.
Take over the world, man. It's just a simple glide. You just gotta take it one step at a time, baby, and just go with the music too. Sometimes the music gonna help you. You know what I'm saying? When you got the music that's right, shoot, you ain't thinking about that fall. You thinking about snap, that's my jam, bro. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, this album is definitely to me, it's definitely if it wasn't so late, even though it still technically counts because it's 2021 is not over. This is definitely up there with albums of the year for me now. Like this kicked out one of my top 5. I got to go back and revisit what I had in there, but it kicked out an album out of top 5 for sure. It definitely did. It definitely did.
Yeah. I was thinking about that yesterday actually. That I think I could put it in my top 5 for the year. It's phenomenal. I just I need Bruno keeps doing this where he comes out with albums and they're just like short. Like why?
That was my question, but I forgot it because I'm drinking. But I was gonna ask, like, do you wish it was longer? Because we complain about like a Chris Brown that drops like 30, 40 track records, and then but I feel like overkill. 9-10 songs is like that's a decent project.
It is a good project, but the whole thing is like 31 minutes. So it's like
you get to play it over and over and over again though.
You do. But like I would like a longer project, like, but it's good to hear quality projects. I don't want a longer album just like that has filler in it. If you're gonna have a small album or shorter album, every one of those tracks need to be like a banger. And I mean they did that with this, so I can't complain. It's a great album.
I love it.
It's a great album.
To answer that question, I would say it's the musicianship. Honestly, a lot of times you want that feeling of making them want more. Mm-hmm. You want to make them want to wait, you know, so you do that a lot of times on purpose, because I'm at the point where I'm starting to do that even more now. Like I'm doing shorter songs on purpose, making shorter projects on purpose, because you know that if it's short, sweet, and to the point, and you leave it with a cliffhanger just the right way, suddenly, man, everybody's like, yo, when's the next one, bro? When is the next one? Like, hey, we need this. And then you let them wait like probably another year or 2, maybe 3, if you're pulling the J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar type deal, you know, you just like, you know, so then when it hits. There it is. You knew it was coming. He knew it was coming. It was in there. But you know,
I was gonna say it in a minute anyway. So
yeah, he was gonna say it in a minute. But it's just what you do. You know, it's true musicianship at its finest. And I think honestly, you can really tell they took their time with this.
Yes.
It was professionally done. There was professional musicians in this, and a lot of rehearsing to get it right to a T. Pretty much reminiscent of how Janean brought up the 70s vibe and the 70s feel. This is no different. I mean, 70s albums were just longer, but they took everything that a 70s album did and made it today's style of 31 minutes, as Derrick pointed out, because that's the attention span of today's listener. Yeah. So you can't give them what Justin Timberlake gave people with 2020 experience and giving them 5, 7, 8, 9-minute songs, because, you know, although it sounds good, you're gonna be like, oh, man, it's just too doggone long. Like you zoned out. But you know,
do you zone out with Justin Timberlake?
Me, no, I don't.
Okay. I
listen to the whole thing, but
yeah, me too.
A lot of people of today, like the younger audiences, don't have time to sit there and listen to a album that's an hour is almost considerably too long these days for an album.
Well, I mean, I don't even know if they can really listen to an album. I mean, I think that's why a lot of artists do so many, like, either like 1-track drops or like the smaller like 3 to 5 track projects or whatever, where it's just little like snack size projects or something. I get it. I understand the attention span, but it sucks because I'm used to the old school way of doing things. So like listen to a Justin Timberlake album is nothing. I'm fine. I'm fine with listening to like 7-minute tracks as long as it's quality. That's my whole thing. Everything.
And I think quality is definitely the word. Like it's so easy to make music now. You just got to download a couple of programs. Like you can record from like your phone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to know that Anderson .Paak is like an actual musician and plays drums and he plays these instruments, so it probably took longer to create 9 songs versus somebody who can just quickly toss out 20-30 tracks.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I love it, man. I love it. So Derrick, go ahead and tell the people, man, what you've been having in your ears, now that we've given basically our review. So actually, no, hold on. Before we even get it, you know what? Let's just go ahead and get this out the way. Go ahead, straight plugged in style, and tell me what y'all giving this album right now. 1 out of 5 oxes, y'all. What y'all giving this thing, man?
A $5 foot long. All day.
All day. I don't know if anyone shortchanges it, they're like either they're hating or they don't know music, or it's both, because that was a phenomenal project. Yeah. Phenomenal from start to finish.
100%. Straight up 5. And can we also just give our props where props are due to Uncle Bootsy for the fact that Uncle Bootsy came up in here all smooth, super sun. Oh, what is it, baby? It's your boy Bootsy. And I gotta tell Bruno and Anderson, this is how you do it, baby. It's all right, hey, coming all in there smooth, letting them know what's up, man. And so, hey, that's just how you do it, man. I just wonder, Neen, how many how lit up do you think the studio was literally in the making of this album?
I literally think that they had shag rugs and like bitches and platforms just hanging out for no reason. You know what I mean?
I would be disappointed if they
like
did
joints, not blunts, but like joints.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it was a super funkadelic vibey session every time. I would have loved to have been there.
Yeah.
That would have been an experience for sure.
Absolutely, man. Give us some behind the scenes footage, Bruno Anderson, please.
Because both of them just seem like they are just so like good energy, high vibe, like cool guys, So I could just imagine it being a fun time.
Absolutely. Oh man, just the thought of that. So, Brother Derrick, back to you, sir. What's been in your ears, my friend?
For Lauren 2.
Ooh, talk about it, boss man.
Let me put it like this. I love Wale's music. Love all of his albums. I think this is probably his best one.
Oh.
I think this is probably his best one in terms of completion. Like from start to finish, it has to be the best one. To me, he sounds like he is finally in a place of peace, of not trying to trying to get everybody's attention and their and accolades. It feels like he's gone back to the root of what pushed him into music, and he's just having fun. It sounds phenomenal. It really does. And it sounds like we've gone back to like mixtape Wale. That's what I hear. And I love it. I listened to that album probably 5 or 6 times already. It's very well done. Very well done.
I love it. Yeah, Wale did his thing with that. You're right, man. That was a part of my listenership too, and he and I'm a Wale fan, man. And he definitely, I would say out of his albums, to me, that definitely has been his best one. I'm not gonna classify it against his mixtapes, but in terms of the albums, that to me definitely seems like it was definitely his best album.
Yeah,
Most definitely.
Yeah. It just sounds like he's back to that mixtape fun.
Yeah.
That he was in. And that I can appreciate. That I am, to me, it's in my top 5 for the year.
Love it.
To me, it's in my top 5. I mean, that is a phenomenal project. I think he's been dropping a lot recently over the last 2 or 3 years, maybe 4. Mm-hmm. He's dropped a couple of projects, but this one, album wise, this is definitely the best album he has dropped.
I love that. You know what? That's such a great thought. I want you to hold on to those thoughts, Sir Derrick. Janean, I want you to hold on to those thoughts because, you know, it is the month of November, y'all. And it's only fair that we at Pass the Ox, not this episode, but it's only fair. I'm gonna take a page out of what did I think about this week. I'm gonna take a page out of what did I think about this week's playbook. Shout out to what did I think about this week. We gonna have ourselves a little award show right here on Pass the Ox. We're gonna have to award us, you know, and give the people what our top 5 albums of this year have been. So feel free to study up on that, giving y'all them heads up. You know, we know in Derrick's case, we about know some of those already. But
you know, if you don't, you haven't been listening.
But I want to do a study up, so Neen, you know, gather them up. You know, any albums that you really truly remember enjoying within this year, I want you to remember them and narrow them down to 5 that you say, okay, I listened back to that since it first came out this year. And you know what? This is definitely top 5 worthy for me. And we're gonna come together and see what's alike and what's separate. You know, we're gonna see, give everybody some justice to kind of debate on a little bit on that. And come up with a little Pass the Ox Awards, man. I like the sound of that. Pass the Ox Awards. I don't know. Trying to see the PTAs
involved.
Yes, absolutely.
Say that again.
I said, will there be champagne involved? We have to pop bottles for the first
pop
ever.
The champagnes. We'll get it all. We'll get it all. The champagnes, the sparkling ciders, all of it. Just bring it all in. Yes. So put it down, ladies and gentlemen. Before this year ends, you will have the PTAs, ladies and gentlemen. The PTAs first annual Pass the Ox Awards. I love it.
I'm with that.
Yeah, there we go. That being said, real quick, man, Derrick, was there anything else you were covering on? I mean, I know you mainly covered for Lauren, but what else have you been on?
Let's see. I know, of course, Silk Sonic and J. Cole, no doubt. Here's a slight throwback. Sam Smith in the Lonely Hour. I've listened to that album probably twice in the last week.
Wow.
That is a phenomenal album. He's an artist that I don't hear people talk about too much. And I know, what was that song? Stay With Me. T-Pain did Mask Singer and sang that. But I want to hear him sing, what was that? Lay Me Down. I want to hear how he sounds singing that. So yeah, I need to hear that soon, because I mean, dude's got a phenomenal voice. T-Pain is, I mean, I know people have been showing him appreciation over the last year, but dear God, as a singer, he's like phenomenal. So I would love to hear him sing that.
Personality, like I'm starting to see too, because like I've watched interviews with him, whether it be on Drink Champs, like 85 South Show. Like he is just a funny guy. Like he has like personality plus. I've been binging his Nappy Boy Radio podcast. Like he's just all around entertainer. He's great.
Yeah, phenomenal. So yeah, I want to hear. I would love to see if he would drop even if it's like a short project, like maybe like an EP or something of just straight singing. I would love to hear that. Even if it's just covers, him just doing covers. It doesn't have to even be original music, just covers. He's got a great voice. So yeah. I know that I was originally talking about Sam Smith, but T-Pain just
It's always T-Pain.
Yeah.
Always T-Pain.
Yeah. So
I love it.
Yeah. So those, and of course, like I said before, J. Cole, you know that. Chance the Rapper though, I was listening to 10 Day and Acid Rap. I've been listening to a lot of music over the last week and a half. So yeah. Not a big fan of Chance the Rapper right now. His music, because his music's kind of like just like it's not hitting the same. But mixtape Chance, just phenomenal.
For the win.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I love that.
Oh, okay. And one more. What you expect? Big Sean Hit Boy.
Okay.
Did y'all listen to that project?
No.
I wasn't aware that I think I might have seen it, but I don't think I got a chance to check it out.
Yeah, they dropped an EP at the end of the 29th, October 29th.
Okay, I do remember seeing I think either the artwork or something for that. I never got around to checking it out though, but I do. Okay. I will check that out.
This is Big Sean's first project, not with good music anymore.
Interesting.
Yeah. You don't like that, do you, Janean?
No, it's just gonna be something that I wanted to talk about.
We gonna get there. Hold that thought, Nee.
It's just funny how things just kind of come together when the right people will be talking and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I can see the juice coming for Nee. Oh yeah, get that tea ready, Nee. Get that tea ready, because we're gonna come right to you with it. I love the way she looked when she said that. That tells me so humble. I love it. Well, man, I'll get this out the way for y'all for sure. Like I said, it's been a lot since we linked up, man. So I really been on. Shout out to Andy Mineo with Neverland 2. Definitely was a phenomenal project, especially from the original, because I actually got put on to him from the original one from seeing him live. And so 2 to me was actually hitting different. And I love when artists have those sequels, as we talked about with Wale, when, For Lauren 2 seems to be like his best album today. I would even argue with Andy Mineo and say that Neverland 2 seems to be his best project that he's put out since, and I want to say Neverland or Heroes for Sale was probably his first official project. And so it's like, to see progression of these artists, man, it's so dope to see how much they grow. And then when they make a second one to an original classic series, it's pretty cool, man. So I just want to shout out Andy Mineo for Neverland 2. Also, another big shout out to somebody that also dropped the album in Jasmine Nikeo with Nikeo's World. It is a really dope album from top to bottom in terms of telling you a whole story in album form. It's like literally having an audio. It's like reading a book in the form of an album, listening to it. Like I went to her listening party when she did this, and she revealed it before it dropped. And definitely gonna try to get her on the show to get to know everybody and the listeners out there, and as well as my co-host here. But man, shout out to Jasmine Nikeo for Nikeo's World. It is definitely a phenomenal project. Check that out if you haven't. As Derrick mentioned, for Lauren 2, definitely was totally worth it. And probably my grand finale of everything, man. As we talked about, I don't know how many times so far. Shout out to them Atlanta Braves winning that World Series, because your boy has literally, I created a playlist and I call it Atlanta Celebration, where it was nothing but straight up Atlanta anthems from top to bottom that took you all the way back. And it is not just the past eras. I took the 90s Atlanta. I took the 2000s Atlanta. I took the 2010s Atlanta. And I even took modern day Atlanta. And I put them all in a collection. So you got Migos, you got Future, you got Freak Nasty, you got T.I., early T.I. that is. You got you got Outkast. You got Outkast, okay? You got it all. You know, you got Jermaine Dupri, you got Lil Jon, you got Gucci Mane, you got Young Jeezy. I brought them all. Ludacris. I brought them all into this playlist, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
I'd be all day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna independently share this playlist with my two co-hosts out here. You know, as soon as this is, but trust me when I say everything in this playlist, I sent it to friends and they were like, man, this playlist is so nostalgic. And I'm like, yes, isn't it? Because it gave you every part of Atlanta, because they're talking about 20 something years since this happened. So it was only fitting to bring 20 something years because, well, last time the Braves won, it was 95. Atlanta music was interesting in 95, and it got more interesting in the course of the last 20 something years. So it was only fitting to make a gigantic playlist of all eras that I could to give you just all that moment. And I just want to say, shout out again to those Braves. Shout out to the celebration. I was at the parade. I was at the actual ceremony. I was there, right there in front, and got to see Ludacris live.
You saw that speeding bus.
Yeah, I did actually. I did see that. I did see that. I was actually right there by the dugout, and I got to see Ludacris and Big Boy. Shout out to Ludacris because of the fact that whatever happened to the sound, Big Boy's set went real smooth, but something about, I don't know who tried to mess with Ludacris' set, but it got to the point where a song would play, then the sound just went out, and Luda was like, bump it. Y'all know the words. And my boy still kept rapping, and the whole crowd was just rapping with him. And he was like, hey, y'all already know, shout out to my artist. He was like, y'all know what to do in these type of situations. Y'all know how to keep the show going. And then, you know, eventually when they got sound straight, you know, you would hear it. But yeah, he gave you the best of all worlds with what he brought out. And he was real smooth with those transitions on how he did it. But yeah, man, ATL forever, you know what I mean? Forever I love Atlanta, feline, all of that. You know, so that's what this playlist was definitely for. So I will share it with my co-hosts. And if you guys listeners want to hear it, well, I'll definitely find a way to share this with y'all as well, so y'all can check that out. Maybe have Derrick put it in the description for you. How about that? Yeah, let's do that. For all you Apple Music listeners. Yes.
Was Crime Mob included on this playlist, or is
absolutely Crime Mob's in this playlist? Absolutely. I told you it's every Atlanta anthem you can think of, as much as I could, and I'm pretty sure there's a few more missing. I'll probably be updating it in just a second, but trust me, yes, the majority of this was all on the fly, and man, this is the best playlist I have ever created, and I'm a playlist king. Trust me, I can make playlists, y'all. Yeah. But now that, you know, we got all that out the way for y'all. So
another question. Speaking of what is in our ears, right? I've noticed, and I'm probably slow, but just from an artist and from a producer, right? When I'm on Apple Music, like on people's albums, it'll have lossless, like it's like a little icon, and it says lossless, and I've been intrigued to figure out why it's on there. Like, is that just like audio quality or like audio programming? Like, what is it?
Yeah, so Apple Music has done this thing now with lossless, where it basically is a new update for artists, not just artists, but listeners who really do pay attention to high quality detail. Okay. It is for you to really get the full surround sound view of the album. Almost think of it as that vinyl quality type of level. You know how Derrick is such a, by the way, I'm still waiting on my man to get his endorsement title. So if you ain't gave it to him yet, title, this is the time to give Derrick your endorsement, because he's been putting you over real high, saying the sound quality and everything is just A1. Well, Apple Music must have heard you, Derrick, and they said, oh, you think so? Well, we gonna show you something, buddy. Watch this. So they created this lossless, and it is to literally give you a more high quality, broader sound with every album that you enjoy to listen to. So yes.
Wait, you have to pay more for it?
No, No, you just download it and boom, it
All
just
right.
comes in that quality.
Yeah, I just noticed
Well,
it. I was like, what is this? What does this mean?
Mhm.
I'm slick thinking about switching back to Apple Music.
Yeah. Now every album doesn't have this feature. Usually it's more of the newer albums, but
Yeah.
they're going to some of the older ones as well and updating to make sure that album has it as well.
Yeah.
So definitely it's worth checking out, and you will hear the difference in the quality and the surround sound and everything in full. So
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I don't understand why it's taking them so long because of the fact that they've partnered. I mean, well, they bought Beats, right? So that was a whole concept of Beats is having a like quality sound to your music, to your audio in general, but mainly for music. And they didn't have that included with Apple Music when they purchased Beats, which is why I'm confused as to why it's taking so long. But
mhm.
I'm about to switch. I think I'm about to switch back, man. Because every time a new album drops, it takes forever for Tidal to show it. Like they were posting that the Donda Deluxe was up for like almost like all day yesterday, and it was everybody's like, we're not
It
seeing
wasn't
it.
there.
Where is it? And that thing didn't pop up till like late last night, man. I'm like, what the hell?
Hey man, you know,
So yeah, I'm probably switching back unless they
come on
endorse.
back on.
If they endorse, then hey, I'm staying with Tidal. I'll just wait.
All right. All right. So you heard it.
So,
You heard it.
hey, I
Tidal.
can be bought. So
Yeah.
You heard it, Tidal.
Yeah.
Tidal. Hey, it's a representative of Tidal out there. I know somebody out there working for Tidal. You know what to do. Go on to your highest representative. Tell them Derrick Lamont Myers Jr. wants
Oh,
his
you
Tidal.
remember his whole name? That's so good. That's so good.
Hey,
Very long.
I forgot to throw Clive in there, but
Hey,
you know
yo.
Clive as
Right,
well
Clive
too.
got a little
Hey, look, if it wasn't for the junior, I would just have the regular 3 names. Okay, it's the junior that throws it off.
Exactly. There you go. But you know, you already know Tidal. Make sure this man gets his endorsement, or otherwise he's threatening you to go right back to Apple Music, where you know his other 2 co-hosts are, you know,
Yeah.
in the Apple Music side. So come on back home.
Yeah,
Come on back home. But anyway,
I'm just might.
I'm loving it, y'all. This is why I'm glad to have y'all back, man. This is why it's good to be back. You know what I'm saying? All of this is what is missed. But that being said, we're gonna turn this thing on over to the Cuzzo with the media, because you already know, Cuzzo, you got a lot to say. I see it. You've been waiting.
A lot, or just I don't know, but y'all see who is on my shirt, right?
Oh, yes.
Kanye West on Drink Champs was like the thing that I needed that I did not know that I needed. It was everybody talks about how Kanye rants and how he's manic and all these other things. But I think it's because he's never really been on a platform where he felt truly comfortable in that space and felt like he was in a room with people who genuinely fucked with him, right? Like I've never smiled so much. It was so nice seeing him like happy and like joking and like he was taking shots. He even hit the blunt a couple times, like and Nori really gave him the space to just get his thoughts off and to talk. And when he was allowed that space to do that, like things that we were questioning in past interviews, was it Joe Rogan he went on?
He did Joe Rogan, yeah.
Okay.
He did Joe Rogan and a sit down with Charlemagne.
Yeah, okay. Well, Charlemagne, the walk into the was a bit different, but
yeah.
like, you know, he just got a lot off and he was making a lot of sense. And from him talking about why he was against Plan B and why he didn't support abortions and where that stems from him talking about the fact that he is competing with like the Elon Musk and and with all these other people at the highest level, and it's just him. Like he has to compete musically, fashion wise, tech wise. Like he has all these thoughts and like he's competing. And like even talking about, he was like, how is it that all these little mini yays came out and now they're suddenly better than me? Or they're supposed to be better than me. I was like, yeah, you get that shit off. You're talking that talk, sir.
Come on.
It all made sense. Like, now when he was like signing Big Sean was like the worst choice of his career or something, he said that was a bit extreme.
It was very petty.
It was petty. But you know, 1 out of 100 ain't bad. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Everything
hey, look.
he was cool with.
Yeah, he ain't going to hit on everything.
Did y'all watch the interview?
I still haven't seen the second part of it.
I watched it.
Yeah. That first one was very entertaining.
Yeah.
Very entertaining.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't get to watch the interview. I've been having it in my save to watch, so I will watch it because I like Drink Champs. I actually started watching them right around the time when Ja Rule was on there. A couple times he was on, and was watching his stuff and was like, yo, I kind of like this environment. It's kind of cool how everybody's just like chill. And I saw the one with Wale. Wale was on there. Interesting stuff about J. Cole in that one.
I still haven't seen that one.
But yeah, that was another one that was like pretty interesting. But I'm gonna watch this Kanye one. But I do have a question for you, Cuzzo. Why exactly, what is it about this interview that made a certain somebody by the name of Soulja Boy go off so hard? What was that all about? Why is he so mad?
Soulja Boy was mad because he wasn't included on the Donda album, and Kanye very matter of factly was like, y'all hear that verse? Okay, that's why. And I feel like why is it that, like, I love you as a person. I rock with you as a person. I wish you nothing but success. But if you present to me something that I feel like is not up to par, I should not be obligated to put it on my project that I'm trying to make the project. Because I like you. You should have came harder.
Yeah. And I think that's fair.
That doesn't mean that I don't like you. That doesn't mean that there's beef. Like he said, just because I mention a person doesn't mean that I have beef with them. I'm just being very direct about what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I thought everything he said was about that whole thing was fair. I get it, because if you submit to me work that I'm supposed to put, and it's gonna be on my project, and it ain't it. Y'all have already seen me cut people off from I've already cut a couple people off from other stuff we worked on. No, and it's not personal. I think that's the thing that I don't understand with artists. Like, why is it that when someone does something that you don't agree with, you like automatically take it personal? You know what I'm saying? Whether there's an explanation or not, it's not always personal. There are some personal things, like Kanye talked about Drake mentioning Kim, right?
Yeah.
That was personal.
Then
That's
even
personal.
Him saying like the fact that I gotta show up to my kids' birthday parties and like y'all are playing Drake, being that I'm from a different culture, I am a professional rapper. Like there's things he's saying that I'm catching and that I know what he means by it, but it's going way over y'all head because y'all not listening to the same things that I'm listening to.
Yeah.
Or y'all aren't hearing the same things that I'm hearing.
Yeah. And see, that's personal. So I can understand why you feel some type of way about that. But if you're just not included on the project because, you didn't come correct, that's a business thing. Certain things are done from a business perspective and some things are done in a personal perspective. Handle accordingly. That's it.
Speaking of Kim, I like how he was still referring to her as his wife. He was like, I don't have any paperwork.
Yeah.
That is still my wife, and I'm still obligated, and it's my responsibility to protect my kids and to protect my household and to do what I feel like is right for them. And he even gets into the fact that like she has like E and all these other media people inside of her ear. He was like, how are you taking advice from these people who obviously don't have our family's best interests at heart? They're
Mm-hmm.
just trying to get content, when the one person who was able to up your brand and like to get you on covers of Vogue and do all these other things, you're ready to cast me aside. Like it just doesn't make. He was going off.
He
He
was.
was talking.
He was. And I
Talking so
enjoyed
much.
every bit of it.
Yes.
It was a stark difference. You're correct. Like he was comfortable because watching that Joe Rogan interview, I was sitting. My head was hurting watching it. I think.
When he was on like the defense almost, because like he's like, now I gotta prove to y'all why I am the way I am, versus Nori, somebody who he has a relationship with. Like
Mhm.
this is his friend. Like we are just talking at
Right,
this,
Mhm.
very
right.
different.
And I enjoyed it. So yeah, I'm listening to the second part this week, and um looking forward to it. And I'm gonna listen to that. I'm gonna watch the Wale one after that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
Also
checking
watch
both.
the Fat Joe one and the Irv Gotti. Fat Joe and Irv Gotti might tell the best stories.
They
Oh
do.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
They really
yeah,
do.
yeah,
They do.
yeah. I mean, they have so many years in the business, you know.
They do because Fat when Fat Joe told the story of what led up to him and Ja Rule's verses, and that was epic. The way he made it, the way he talked about it from like start to finish, like how it came about, how even giving you the play by play of everything, and like it was just like I was sitting there one time at work listening to the whole thing, like, man, this guy really knows how to tell a story. Like
Yeah,
he keeps you engaged and makes you think about it.
yeah,
I'm like, wow.
yeah,
I was
yeah,
like, go ahead, Joe. I ain't mad at you, brother.
yeah.
So I definitely will check those out. So this stuff with Big Sean though. By any chance, after hearing this, you think we're gonna get one Fire and Big Sean project after this?
I have a question for you. Do you feel like there is a fire Big Sean project? Like, are there Big Sean projects you go back to listen to?
Detroit 2. I've listened to that quite a few times.
Mhm.
Um, I think for his other projects, I listen to specific tracks. I might listen to the whole album all the way through. Um, but I'm starting to wonder if that has to do with his transition, because you could tell Detroit 2, like this is like you could tell something was shifting.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
between that and then this EP he just dropped, like okay, that's what it was. He was leaving good music. So I think he's flexing a little harder. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, we've talked about this before, of like our top rappers that are out now. And I told y'all, I think the biggest one is J. Cole, Kendrick, and right behind them, to me, Big Sean and Wale are right there. I mean, I know you had to put Drake there, but that's a whole different conversation. I have them up there for those reasons, because they're just great at what they do. You know what I'm saying? And I think Big Sean does get overlooked a lot. And I
Mhm.
don't know how. I mean, lyrically, dude is just like he's phenomenal. And if you heard his if you watched his LA Leakers freestyle, I think he was on there like 2 or 3 weeks ago. My God, man. I mean, I'm expecting his next project to be fire. Like full project, I'm expecting that to be something else. Because if it's anything like what this EP was, or Detroit 2, Yeah, that's gonna be nice. That's gonna be nice. And
Looking forward to it.
if it dropped this year, it probably would be one of the top 5.
Hot take.
Yeah.
I wish Ye would have expounded on why he felt that signing Big Sean was the worst mistake, because even though it was real quick, it was still matter of fact and like clear why he didn't put Soldier Boy on the track, right? But like with Sean, it just seemed like a petty comment just to kind of get under his skin. But if that's really how you feel, why?
Yeah.
Especially when Big Sean is a talent.
Yeah, and a phenomenal talent too. He's not just like just someone. He's not a flash in the pan type of talent. So that's why I think we'll also see him expound off of the label, because it sounds like there's just been so much that's been restricted with him being on there. And if Kanye feels some type of way, I'm pretty sure Big Sean is going on Drink Champs pretty soon. I mean, I think he's already pretty much confirmed that he's going to be on there pretty soon. So I'm looking forward to hearing his response to it. I mean, because like you said, he didn't expound on it. Like, and for him to say that he would put that on his tombstone, like, that's not just something you're not just like, you feel some type of way. Like, you legit feel some type of way about someone. I don't like a lot of people. I'm not going to put them on my tombstone. But it's just no. That's
something.
Henny talking too, though, because the Henny was definitely
that Henny was flowing. That
definitely at that point.
I mean,
that's a very good point.
I mean, one of my favorite lines Kanye ever said, hey, your fat friend, her nickname is Minivan. Excuse me. I smoke, I drink, I'm supposed to stop. I can't, I mean, basically, he lets y'all know that beforehand, when the Henny get in there, man, hey, it's gonna say some stuff. So,
but I don't think I've ever seen him like that, though. Like, to Janean's point, that's what made it just phenomenal.
It was nice, though. Like, I like to see him like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, yay, come back home. Like, I do feel like he's been on this journey to try to leave his mark on these industries that don't include us anyway, right? So like, he's always been in this fight. I think that's why he's just been so like aggressive and manic, as people like to call him. But when he comes back to his people, it's a stark difference. Like, it's completely different.
Yeah.
So come back home. Fuck all them other people.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. That's what's up, man. Shout out to Kanye. Yeah. What else is going on in Janean's corner?
Speaking of many yays, Travis Scott, the Astroworld Festival, and 10 confirmed dead at this point. Hella tragic, right? Like, I'm sad about it, but I also don't know how to feel. Like, I feel like I guess the question that I've been seeing a lot, or that I'm having trouble understanding, is like, do we hold Travis accountable for what happened, or is that more so the venue and security and so on and such forth?
I think it's equal, because the venue itself, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it held like 20,000. And 50,000 were there, if not more. So for sure, they're held accountable. But I think if you're putting on an event, and this is why I don't understand why people are just running out to do things like this. We're still in a pandemic, people. Like, what the hell? Like, people are acting like nothing is going on. It's still happening, right? Like, everybody just kind of like lost their minds in terms of like, once people started going out doing events, now it's just like we got to overflow. So I think in that sense, he should have picked a venue that could have been more controlled, because of the fact that you have security there that's not able to control that amount of people. if you have all these people pushing up to the stage like that, there's obviously no control.
Yeah.
There's obviously no control. And they didn't even try to control. So I don't know.
And that's a double-edged sword part about it, right? Because it's like we know what type of time Travis Scott be on. Like inside of his song, he said it's not a mosh pit if there aren't any injuries, right? So like you know you're going to a Travis Scott concert to essentially lose fucking control. Like he does want you to mosh pit and wild out and climb over fences and get wild and stuff, right? So it's like, in a sense, that's the environment that he's created and that's what's expected. So like, but at the same time, who is responsible for allowing 50,000 people into a venue that's only supposed to hold 20?
And why was it not closed down?
And why was it not stopped at 20? You know what I mean? So, y'all know, sir.
Yeah, it's everybody involved is responsible and equally responsible. It's not more so one person's versus the other. It's all of them. They all have they all own a part in this. It's weird, but also I'm trying to wonder why some of the people that died, why were they even there in the first place? Like the 9-year-old boy.
Not to be insensitive, but as a parent, why are you allowing your 9, 10, 14-year-old to go to a Travis Scott concert?
It doesn't even make sense. It like, and I'm not trying to shame them at all. Like, I'm not trying to be insensitive because these people lost their lives. Yeah. But what the hell? Like, why were they there? This little boy is 9 years old, got crushed. Like what? Like, is no one doing their research before going to these venues or something? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's senseless all around.
Yeah,
it's senseless. It make it like all these people should still be here. Like that doesn't even make sense. So yeah, everyone that's involved with planning, with security, with performing, everybody owns a piece of this. They are all responsible and liable. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's up to like 100 lawsuits against Travis Scott right now. Very much so earned every one of them. And I think they refunded everybody that was there. So basically, you put on a performance, you put on this concert, and took a major loss.
Major.
Like financially, with your reputation, everything. What was the point?
Not that it could have been like no one showed up there like, oh yeah, like it's about to get real and people are dying. But like you said, it was senseless. It could have been better planned. And to my understanding, like security and all those folks basically told Travis like, hey, it's a state of emergency. We have to stop the show. People are hurt. And I feel like he went back on stage and then continued the show. I feel like I was lenient up until that point. Like,
oh, that's what happened.
To my understanding, everybody fact check on your own. But if that's what happened, that's when I'm like, okay, you're out of pocket.
Yeah.
Because obviously they're trying to shut it down, but you're like, nope, it's fine because I'm about to finish this concert. At that point, you're out of pocket.
But then also, this is also in Texas. Texas has lost their minds this entire pandemic. So I again, in terms of like security control, like y'all knew this. Y'all knew this. Like since the pandemic started, is Texas didn't shut down the same way Atlanta did shut down, the same way that Florida did shut down. So I don't understand how they weren't prepared for something like this. It's ridiculous. It just doesn't make any sense. So, I hope, everything works out for the families that lost a loved one.
Yeah.
But again, this didn't even make any sense to even be a thing. This shouldn't even be a discussion right now.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make any sense.
Wow.
So
it doesn't. So let me ask you guys, what does this mean for the career of Travis Scott right now?
Nothing.
I don't know.
I don't
like
see.
He's definitely he's gonna have to sit down for a minute. But he also has diehard fans, so I don't think that he's completely finished. But he's gonna have to sit down for a minute.
Yeah, he'll sit out till about January and then come back, and then it'll like this is basically like the whole that whole situation with the baby.
The baby is in some more bullshit.
He's in more. But that's
cannot.
He dwells in drama, so hey, it is what it is. But I mean, like a lot of people thought he was canceled after that. And I was trying to tell people, like, no, that's not the truth. That's not the case. When you have someone that makes music that people love to listen to, it doesn't. Prime example, we have all known about R. Kelly for years. No one cared. Let's just like be completely honest. No one cared because he was making good music and everyone looked away. You heard about it in his music and still didn't care.
Yeah.
So nothing's gonna happen with Travis Scott. He'll go on sabbatical. He'll have his Thanksgiving, Christmas break, and then come right back out and lose his mind again. It is what it is. This is how it goes. At the top of the year, he'll have another concert. He'll dedicate it to the lives that were lost. Move on. And no one is going to be is even going to flinch at it because it's going to be the same thing where it's out of sight, out of mind. 2-3 months down the road, this won't even be a talking point.
I don't disagree with that. That makes a lot of sense.
Time definitely will tell how things go from here. So let's see if Derrick's theory proves itself correct come January. In the meantime, definitely extending condolences to those lost from this. So, Neen, was there anything else in Janean's corner that you were covering? That's all you got? You good? All the tea spilled. Everything good.
We don't have to get into it, but this Danielle and the baby fiasco that has been playing out on live is ridiculous. All I want to say is that I hope that Danielle leaves and she finds healing. That is all. Thank you.
I'll say this. I really don't know too much about what's going on. Because I really don't care. But she would be smart to put this in music the same way Summer Walker did. Summer Walker put her whole heartbreak into music and see how she's charting this week.
Yep.
She would just be smart to do the same thing. Adele's doing it. Adele does it every single time her heart is broken.
Great music.
And I am so looking forward to this album coming out. So
all right.
You better do the exact same thing. Go make some money off your heartbreak.
Speaking of making money off of your heartbreak, that's a perfect segue into a historical moment. Shout to compliments of OTS Media Co. Instagram page. Make sure you're following it if you haven't followed it already, because you never know what facts and information is always being posted on a daily. So, compliments of the OTS Media Co. page, I'd like to point out, Still Over It gives Summer Walker her first #1 album.
Congrats.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Heartbreak does do a lot of things.
Bro, drama sells.
Ask Mary J. Blige.
Mary J. Blige, exactly.
Drama sells, so make money off your drama.
Point blank.
Why not?
Enough said there. Another moment in history I'd like to point out, Derrick's gonna love this one. I'm sure it's definitely a great one in history. J. Cole dropped his classic mixtape Friday Night Lights 11 years ago.
Yeah.
I know, Janean. I said the same. 11. Crazy,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. Classic mixtape. I listen to that almost like every other week, if not every week. So
I know you're not one to point out favorite tracks, so just care to share a moment of what you felt when you first heard it, bro?
What I felt. I don't even know what I felt. I don't know what I felt outside of just being just like great music when the very first time I heard it. It's just, God, that was 11 years ago. I was 20. That's hilarious.
Sounds
I don't know what I felt, because I think that came out, that came out right when that was right before my grandfather's funeral. So yeah, I was listening to that album, that mixtape, like on the drive down to Florida and on the drive back. It's just great music. Great music, man. So yeah. 11 years, Jesus Christ.
11 years, man. Crazy how time flies. And it gets more from there, because another 11-year anniversary goes to a guy by the name of, well, can I call him a guy these days after what I saw him with? I guess. A guy by the name of Kid Cudi dropped Man on the Moon 2 11 years ago.
Petty.
Oh, you what? That was so...
Dwayne is so petty. I was so confused. I was like, hey.
I was so confused too. I was like, what did I post?
Hey, man. You don't go Dennis Rodman on me and then expect not to do that to you, man. Come on now.
Nah, it's still man.
No judgment though.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's time is flying, man. Time is flying. Yeah. Is he coming out with anything new soon?
I don't know. Haven't kept up with Kid Cudi in a while.
Yeah, me either. I gotta check it out, because I haven't listened to his music in a little bit.
Now, is he still a part of Good Music?
I'm pretty sure he is. I would assume he is. Yeah. I haven't heard anything.
I feel like we would have definitely known if he wasn't.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. That's one thing to think about. And then one final note also, compliments again, because OTS, it's been a while since we linked up, so OTS drops a lot of news. I gotta make sure we covered everything. I want to shout out ASAP Rocky, because Long Live ASAP is coming to streaming platforms.
Hey.
Yes. Yes.
I be that pretty mother. Yeah.
Janine's like, I'm gonna go all the way back. She's like, I'm going all the way back. I'm gonna take it back, baby. I'm taking it back.
That's why I started wearing Timbs again. Yo, Timbs are so uncomfortable. Why do we wear Timbs?
You were uncomfortable
in Timbs?
Yeah.
Yeah, like my fits were immaculate, but what was I comfortable? Absolutely not.
I wear insoles.
The toe was hard.
Yeah, it was. But I gotta get some new Timbs.
Fun times though.
I haven't had Timbs in a minute. I gotta get some new ones, man.
Did you wear black Timbs too, or just?
I wore both.
Okay.
I wore both. Yeah.
I love it. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to the Timbs generation, y'all. The Timbs, always around and forever around in the city of New York, so it never dies. But
Timbs will always be around. Timbs are like cockroaches. They'll survive anything. Yeah.
No BS, y'all.
Yeah.
I used to think that Timberland made Timbs.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
But apparently that's not the case.
No.
Just a coincidence.
Yeah, I used to think the same thing, but that's why I think that's why.
Y'all ever wear lugs? We're going off in a tangent, but it's talking about shoes.
Never wore lugs.
I remember lugs.
I just remember seeing them inside of like all of the magazines. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy, they killed it in the advertising department. They just
sure
never got people to wear them.
Oh yeah.
You saw them in every commercial and every ad,
Yes.
but you never got people to wear them.
They were always in Sears or JCPenney. You were guaranteed to find lugs in one of those two stores.
That's crazy. Oh well, hey,
Fun times.
Yes.
gotta love the platinum hip hop generation, ladies and gentlemen. Platinum chains, long tees, baggy jeans, and Timbs.
Spinners on the cars.
Spinners.
Oh
yes.
man.
Chain.
Speaking of spinners,
Oh, I wanted
yeah,
a
the
spinner
spinner
chain
chain.
so bad.
the spinner chain. Yes.
Your parents was not having that, Derrick. Get out of here.
Uh,
You want to what? Get out of here.
That's why I never got one. I wanted one so bad.
You can have
The
a cross.
spinner
that's this
chain.
big.
Yeah.
oh
That's
my
it.
god.
Actually, it was a little bigger, and then I stopped wearing it. So
Oh my gosh. Man, you just made me think of the belt now. Oh man, you made me think of the
Yeah.
John Cena belt with the
Like,
spinner.
the words that go across, like the digital belts.
Oh, the digital
Nah.
belts. I remember those. That was
I
the
didn't have
Rockstar
those.
era.
Nah,
That was the Rockstar era. I
my
never had
dad-
it. I wanted one though. I never had one.
I didn't even have the opportunity to even want one because my dad didn't. He thought stuff like that would explode on you. So he was like, nah. Yeah.
In a strange way, those little belts have made a comeback in the form of like masks and backpacks and all of that now.
Yeah,
So,
grills.
yeah. Let me ask you. I'm glad you brought up grills.
Yeah, yeah.
I had a girl literally tell me, "Hey, you
got
would
a
look
girl
good with a bottom grill."
I can see that.
She said you would look good with a bottom grill. Y'all think I should go for the bottom grill look?
For sure.
Yeah, especially as highlight. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, I might have to make a note
Actually,
to myself.
no, actually, do the top and bottom. You can just do highlight.
Oh Lord Jesus. Oh Lord
Thank you,
Jesus.
man.
I don't know. Oh boy, that's y'all
Yeah.
y'all giving me something.
Yeah.
That's fun. That's fun. I love that.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, let's go ahead and get into this main discussion as we wrap things up, man. This is gonna be an interesting. This is gonna be like a Pass the Ox kind of / Venus and Mars shameless plug. So this is the perfect segue to kind of seg this. So ladies and gentlemen, we all know the story of Future and Russell Wilson. We know the common denominator that lies in between these two gentlemen. And we also know, well, how things are forever connected amongst these two for life.
At least for 18 years.
For 18 years, at least. And then some. No, this is permanent. This is permanently in general. They are forever connected. Permanently.
That really could have been great, but she deserved Russell Westbrook. Not Russell Westbrook.
Wrong Russell.
Wilson.
The other Russell. I like
They're
what you
both
did
black,
there.
though.
They're both black and they both have
Y'all
W
both
last
black and
names.
They both
So
play
you did
sports. I wasn't
Hey,
far off.
it doesn't help that both of their last names start with W. So I'm
Right,
with you. Don't worry. Same initials.
Simple
So I get
mistake,
it.
But I caught myself.
You
And
did.
they're both from the West Coast.
That too. I applaud you. See, I applaud you. She had the right idea.
It's not far off. Yeah.
It's not far off. No. So there was a screenshotted post here from Facebook, and here's a statement that was made by someone who will remain anonymous because I don't know who this person was that made this post. But the following post read this: women don't want Russell Wilson. They want Future to act like Russell Wilson.
That's facts. And then we
So I asked.
what is happening. Women really are like, we know better, we just don't do better.
Y'all don't care. Yeah.
Like
Well,
we care, but we don't. Like we're very complicated creatures, so I will give y'all that for sure. But yeah, I think that's true.
yeah. I think, let me put it like this. I shouldn't say y'all don't care. I think the ones, the women that act like that don't care. I'll
Interesting.
put it like that. Yeah, I don't want to generalize. I think there are a lot of women that know what they want and move accordingly. But there are a lot of them that are just confusing as hell. So I think she's correct. I think she's correct. Yeah.
See, the thing that gets me about that here is I'm hearing this, and yet she's still been with Russell Wilson. Very happily.
After Future, though.
Right. Like
it's the bad boy thing.
Get through her Future and Bow Wow, because Bow Wow isn't like.
Oh yeah, forget about.
You know what I mean? Like she.
Yeah. You gonna throw 50 in there too?
Oh, she was. I forgot.
You throwing 50 in there too? I mean,
Jesus, I forgot about that.
I mean, you can't leave him alone. I mean, there was a song called "Can't Leave Him Alone" here, so obviously there's truth to
which is also a fact for many women. Man.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. I've never understood why women are attracted to the bad boy image and expect great things to come from that relationship.
Because we're delusional. Like we
You think you can change us?
That like, oh, I will be the one to like change him, and I'll be the one to be able to get him to like change his ways. No, you're not. No. Like men, like no one, but men especially, like they're not going to change unless they want to. Like you being pretty and having a big butt, sex and all that, that's not going to do it.
No.
Like Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce, even though we don't have to talk about it, but that's a fact. And that's Beyonce. You know what I mean? So like men are going to do what they want to do until they decide that they don't want to do it anymore. I think for whatever reason, we've been brainwashed to think that the bad boy, roughneck, edgy thing is attractive. The roughneck, edgy, thug, dangerous somehow equates to a protector, right? And like we do want to feel protected, and like we do want to have a guy that is exciting and that has edge. But a lot of times those same guys are not going to be very romantic. They're not going to be faithful. They're not going to do things that Russell do. So it's like you can't have your cake and eat it too. In very rare cases can you get the best of both worlds. But most times, even if you get to a point where you have the best of both worlds, you have to go through some bullshit first with that person before they decide they're not going to do that anymore.
Yeah. It's not a you got to decide what you actually want. And I think the problem is we'll probably discuss this on Venus and Mars too, but I think that I know men are taught about relationships differently than women are, right? So by the time that you actually get into these relationships, women for the most part think about the future, and men for the most part think about the now, right? In terms of relationships. Now, in terms of like what you're actually doing, then men always think about the future as well. But I can't say always, but most of the time, think about the future. But it seems like when it comes to actually picking someone, when women are looking to the bad boy image, for some reason, it's always about the now. It's never about the future. It's never about actually building and cultivating a relationship, an actual relationship, or establishing a family or establishing your own empire. It's never about that. It's just about having a bad boy so that you can have fun, which is fine if you want to have fun, but don't expect to go to a bad boy and think you're gonna get this future.
And don't make long-term decisions with somebody who is really just fun for right now.
Right. So you gotta know what you actually want.
You know you're not supposed to be having babies.
Right. Yeah. Know what you want. If you want to just have fun, just have fun.
Yeah.
But don't expect future to be what Russell Wilson. Don't expect it.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna be disappointed.
So, all right. What about when the roles are reversed? Janean said that, the girl is thinking, oh, I can change him, X, Y, Z. What about when the roles are reversed here? What about when there's a woman that's a certain type of way? guy feels like he can change.
Oh, I tell them that they're dumb too.
Yeah.
That's like guys who get mad, like guys that get mad about their girl doing all the things that attracted them to them inside of the first place. Like, if I was a dancer before we got together, I'm gonna continue to be a dancer. Like, I'm not just gonna stop that because we are together now. Maybe if we get married, perhaps, but like we're just dating, no. Or if I'm somebody who is a independent woman and I like to do my own thing, don't now expect me to shut down all of my hobbies or all of my hustles and just fully focus on you, because that's not who I was when you married me or got with me, because we're not even talking about marriage a lot of times here. I just feel like take people for what they are showing you, like right here. It's okay to see potential and to try to help people reach that, but don't make decisions based off of a possible potential.
Yeah.
Work with what you have in front of you right now.
It's like making a bet. If you're gonna make a bet, know that you gotta make sure it's a sure bet.
Yeah.
Right. Like, at least if you're smart.
Bet small.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're a smart bettor, you know to bet on what you think you actually know is a high possibility that you're gonna win. You know, you're not always gonna win, but at least you know, like, at least what 80-90% of the time you can win. You do those as much as possible, right? So it's the same thing.
I love it. So then my final piece to this discussion here would be real quick, who's your most memorable bad boy in music?
Yo, bro. That's so leveled.
Yeah, so leveled.
There's so many tiers to that.
Mm-hmm.
First thing was Bobby Brown. That's the first person that came to mind.
Oh yeah.
He was like the original bad boy of R&B.
Yeah, he's the mascot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay. All right.
Q, even though I knew him more so off of Moesha, but he was like the bad boy and he was a rapper first, so I'd say him.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know why I even want to say him, but like Chris Brown, I don't know.
I knew it.
Boy or he's just emotional. Like I don't know which one it is.
I mean, he's a blood though. He's a blood. Okay. Right. So yeah, he is. He's categorized as a bad boy. I mean, he is one, right? Or supposed to be. He's associated. Let me just say it like that. He's associated with
for them. Sure. I think that's a safe word. He is associated with those guys for sure.
Yes. So yeah, because I don't think he actually is one either. But
he got a couple cousins and shit, you know what I mean? But like, hey,
yeah,
in there, maybe 50.
I don't. Well, yeah. Well, I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I guess 50, so.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was shot 8 times, right? He was shot 8 times and then came back and was doing upside down sit-ups hanging from the ceiling. Like, if that's not bad, I don't know what is. I want to throw him in there.
That's the best argument. I you know what? I forgot about that. Yeah. Because I'm thinking about 50 like today, present day.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, he's not a bad boy per se. He just like
had a phase though.
I'm on whatever time you on, or I'll put you on the time that I'm on because I'm petty. Mm-hmm. I'm petty wop.
Yeah.
That's now.
Yeah.
Derrick, who you got?
I'm gonna go with because those are like I can't beat those honestly.
I got a couple.
Those I'm a tackle. Throw them out. I'm gonna tag along with Janean on that one.
Many people might have forgotten about this, but certain guy by the name of Puff Daddy.
You mean like literal bad boys,
Yeah.
or like the record label?
Oh no. Do we need to go revisit the him and J-Lo days?
I've never looked at Puffy like a bad boy ever.
I don't, because I can't say
he was
I
in
can't
some
say
stuff. He was in a lot of stuff.
He's had issues, but I wouldn't categorize.
Like he was like smooth about it, kind of slick.
Yeah,
like he had other people doing it and like taking the fall for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know.
Had a girl that would have died for me, didn't appreciate it, so I made her cry for me. Every night she had tears in her eyes for me.
That's petty.
Caught a case, shorty took the whole ride for me.
He didn't write that though.
But you
I'm
know
joking,
who that was about.
Puffy.
You know who that was about.
Buddy Love, whatever you go by now, sir, Puff. Just kidding. I don't know who wrote your rap.
Oh,
probably
my goodness.
did.
Now that's a shot. She talked about me being petty.
That was a phenomenal shot too.
It's always been a staple. He is Bad Boy Records, but I never viewed him as a bad boy.
Yeah, I don't know that I can view him as that either.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about Pac?
Yeah.
See, I thought about that too, but at the same time, I think that was only in his music. That's not to say he didn't have things going on in his personal life, but that dude was more of a romantic. He was too much of a romantic to be a bad boy. Look at the hold he still has on Jada.
That could have just been.
That's been 20 plus years.
Been a nice wrestling match that they had, quote unquote, wink, wink, call it out. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause sometimes you be thinking that that's love, but you just stigmatized. So I don't know.
But I mean, she's been with Will for how long? And like, Tupac still has a hold on her.
It's only because she didn't have the time to have any type of closure on it because he died. You know what I mean? Like, I think had he lived and they had time to really explore that, and she decide, okay, like we're really just friends. You know what I mean? Like she may not have he may not have a hold on her the way that he does now.
She shaved her head and everything.
I think it's the whole family did, but
the whole family did. Yeah. But
bunch of bald-headed Smiths going around, huh? Wow. Goodness. Interesting.
I would probably consider other artists on death row more of a bad boy than Pac in real life. Let me just say like that, in real life, because in music, you can hear in his music for sure, but in real life, he was too much of a I don't want to say this in the wrong way, but he was too much of a what people would probably consider to be an actual nerd to be considered a bad boy.
Pac might be that one exception of women want Future to act like Russell. You know what I mean? Like,
there you go. That's the mix. Yeah,
because he was Thug Life tatted on, and him being from Baltimore, right, and from Cali. Like, I'm sure that he's seen and experienced a lot that has hardened him in some ways and kind of led him into that Thug Life shit. But he couldn't turn down the fact that he was in tune with his emotions, and he was poetic and all these other things. So he might be the one exception where he's both Future and Russell.
Yeah. That's perfect.
I love that you did that. That should have been the line to toe. Future or Russell between these bad boys in music. I'm glad you did that, Janean. There you go. who's more what, this and that, you know? if I'd have said a Ja Rule, you'd be like, oh yeah, he's more Russell Wilson. There you go. I'd be like, oh, okay, cool, fair enough. All right, you know. Now she's thinking about it like, I don't know. Look, I'm just throwing names out for it now. I'm just throwing them out at random. You know,
You say
a young Jeezy, for crying out loud. Can't leave. You know, like
yeah, for sure.
You know, a Gucci Mane, is he a bad boy, or is he?
Question that.
I don't know. There's two versions of him now.
A bad boy to me.
There's two versions. Is this version a bad boy still?
Yo, you talking about the
Did you not see him on the Versus? Like that,
he was about that life. Yeah.
He just moves a little smarter now, but yeah, that's still very much him.
Oh, that's just a slimmer version.
Okay.
Yeah.
2.0.
Yeah.
I got a funny one for you. Soulja Boy, Draco himself.
No.
He's neither Future or Russell. He just likes. I don't want to say a fuck boy because, like, I feel like that's an aggressive term, but I don't know. I watched Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, and I ain't like how he did Naya, so I've kind of fell away a little bit.
Oh, I didn't watch that.
I don't think he's a bad boy. I just think that he's a womanizer, maybe.
Speaking of Love and Hip Hop, there's two that come to mind. Stevie J and another J in Ray J.
I don't think bad boys. I just think of womanizers.
Womanizers, yeah.
Womanizers. All right.
That's perfect. That's a perfect word.
Are tearing these women down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I'll go with that.
Hey, it's settled. It works. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all let us know. If we left anybody out, rapper, singer, in between, what's their level between Future and Russell Wilson? You let us know. We would love to hear from you. That being said, though, ladies and gentlemen, we can be all night with y'all. We ain't been together in a while, so we can give y'all conversation for days, but you know, we can't let this go too long. So, you know, it comes a time where things have to close. So that being said, hey, we appreciate y'all so much for constantly rocking with us. We know it's been a minute, but we love y'all. Always appreciate the support. Make sure you following us on Instagram at PTAOTS. And also make sure you're following all things at OTS Media Co. You know, so that way you can get these cool hip hop and music updates and all these other types of updates if you're into sports, if you're into gaming, if you're into film and television, all of these things, because you can get it right on the OTS Media Co. Instagram page and the Twitter as well as the Facebook. So, you know, should I still say Facebook or should I say Meta? I don't know anymore.
That will never be referred to as Meta. I was actually just thinking about that yesterday. Like, if they actually change the logo and everything, like I got to go back and change everything. I don't want to do that, man. Just leave it alone.
I think they said they're gonna keep Facebook. Meta is just the company.
The company. Okay. Thank God. Because I'm not doing that.
Because Facebook gonna always be Facebook.
Yeah.
Or Freak Book, as my uncle always calls it. But hey, you know, Freak Book. That's what my uncle likes to call it. He ain't put me on Freak Book. But anyway, so funny he used to say, "Don't put me on Freak Book," and he ended up getting one anyway. Go figure.
Everyone except my mom.
Yeah, except my mom. I know the feeling. It's all right. But and my brother, but you know, he had one once. Long time ago. But anyways, y'all know what it is, man. Thank y'all so much. And go around the room, cuzzo. Tell people where they can find you and what you got going on.
Well, you can find me on Instagram at Nina Soul. Nina with 2 I's. Soul is spelled SOL. Links to everything is in there. What I think about this week book club, what I think about this week podcast, Venus and Mars, plugged in, all that good stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, you know what it is. You know what it is. Hey, y'all make sure y'all check out that book club, man. Them things be epic. They come with themes and everything, y'all. I'm telling you. Yo, you ladies, get in on that book club. All right. I mean, we're gonna put that over. Get in on that. Make sure you hit her up in DM so she can let you know what book they're getting into a discussion. And y'all be a part of that thing, man. Especially if you're in the Atlanta area. It's something you don't want to miss. That being said, Brother Derrick.
Oh yeah. At Derrick _OTS, DERRICK, black way to spell it.
You already know it, man. Yes, and of course, your boy at Dwanye Dickey Jr. And of course, you follow your boy at Highlight Life, HILITE Life. A lot of dope things going on, man. And apparently, yeah. Go follow Highlight and the Real Ones, apparently. So yeah, we got a band now. Highlight Real and the Real Ones, y'all. So let's go check those out. You know, okay. Let's go see what
Nice.
Go figure. So Highlight Real and the Real Ones just came up, just found out. So hey, that works. Y'all, thank y'all so much, man. We love rocking with y'all. We always want to hear y'all feedback. Make sure you subscribe on all things, all podcast platforms, all things Past the Ox, all things OTS Media. So that being said, y'all already know what time it is. We getting ready to get up out this thing, man. We love y'all. It's been an amazing, phenomenal time. So much to discuss, and we got it all out the window for y'all. So make sure y'all do what y'all do. In the meantime, this is the part where I need y'all to understand. Take that aux cord and understand that it has officially been passed to you. Peace.